So here I am in my youth office on New Year's Eve, and it's full of memories because it's New Year's Eve, and New Year's Eve is full of memories, right? Anyone from my club will recognise lots of these things that I'm sure will freak out and alarm anybody that doesn't come to our youth club. But New Year's Eve is all about memories, right? It's about remembering the past, because at midnight we step into the future. It's that one time when we really visibly go from the past into the future in just one moment, and we start thinking of ourselves as new beings, new people. Everything is new because it's the new year, and so we all make New Year's resolutions, and usually they don't last very long, right? We all do it, we all know it. But what if we're doing it wrong? What if we're really missing the point? Actually, those two words, what if, they're so deceptive. And they're so powerful in so many ways. Unfortunately, they're powerful in the wrong way for most people, because usually we look at the past and we ask what if about the past. What if I'd done this? What if I hadn't done that? What if I should have made that decision or that decision? And so we live our lives haunted by the things that we didn't do that we could have or should have, or things that we did do that we shouldn't have, and we end up with a life full of regret. But those two words, what if, they're just as powerful talking about the future. Because surely the future is full of better what ifs, more hopeful what ifs. I want to introduce you to what I think is the most powerful, the most important what ifs of them all. And that asks about your present. Because the what if of the present decides where you go in the future. And I just want to ask one what if. And I think it's the most important. Now, bear with me, okay, because I know what you're going to think as soon as you hear this. But what if God actually exists? Now, there's only two possibles there. Either he does not, or he does. Now, if God doesn't exist, then don't worry about anything. Well, actually, there's nothing worth worrying about, because if God doesn't exist, that means the universe came into existence out of nothing for no reason. It wasn't intended. It can't have been intended, because an intention comes from a mind. If there was no mind involved, there was no intention. The universe wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't done intentionally. It wasn't done for a reason. It wasn't done with a goal. That means nothing in it was done intentionally. Nothing in it came into existence intentionally, on purpose, or for a reason. And unfortunately, that means all of us. That means that nothing really matters, because ultimately the universe will just disappear again, which all scientists agree on. It will finally cease to exist. And nothing that ever happened in it will be remembered. It will all just disappear into nothing. And so there's no reason for anything. Which is pretty bleak, right? The only way for the universe to have a reason is if there was a mind that created it for a reason. The only way that things can have purpose is if a mind intended purpose. If God exists, then he created the universe on purpose. He did it for a reason, and that means he created what's in it on purpose and for a reason. And that means you. That means you were created on purpose. You were created for a reason. You were created with a goal in mind. And more than that, you were created as you on purpose. With all the flaws you think you have, with all the things you think you've messed up, with all the things you think you need to change about yourself, you are you for a reason. And you might not be the finished article yet, but that doesn't really matter, because if your life is a story, which is the case if you were created for a reason, maybe you're only in chapter 2, and there's things about you that you don't understand, and you won't understand until chapter 8. Well, in that case, it's just a matter of patience. It's just a matter of wait until you get to that point. However, that doesn't change the fact that you are intentional. You were created intentionally, and there is a purpose for you. There is a goal for your life. There is a reason that you're you. You have a destiny. What if that's true? What if God does exist? What if you really do have a purpose? What if everything about you is there for a reason, and it will all make sense at some point, even the bad stuff? What if? Would you want to know? Okay. Well, 2015 is a brand new year. So what if you decide. This year, you're going to find out whether or not it's true. This year, you're going to open your mind and you're going to consider all options. And you're going to really find out if this is all true. Because if it is, what else matters apart from why you exist and where you're going? What if God does exist? That's a question worth asking, isn't it? Well, I hope you have an amazing new year. I hope this is the year that you find some purpose. This is the year everything falls into place for you. I hope this is the year you find some peace and some happiness and some joy. But what if? Happy New Year.